And we are back. Welcome to the return of international football. Now, as much as I do love international football, I personally don't think an international break this early on into a new season is really beneficial for anyone. But here we are, we have a lot of games to get through before the Euro qualification is decided. And it's great news for me because it means I get to return to doing daily predictions. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel because, like I say, every single morning over the next few days, we are going to be posting predictions for the upcoming fixtures in the Euro qualification. And if you haven't done so already, please do consider dropping a like on this video as well. Let's get into all of the games that will be taking place this evening. And we kick off with Group B, and we have France taking on the Republic of Ireland. Now, Ireland have not had the best of starts to this qualifying campaign, and now an away trip to France, the most fancied team to top this group. I think we can all agree that this is going to be a game that is going to be incredibly hard for Ireland to get anything out of, and I just think it is going to be a comfortable France win. I'm going to go for 3-0. It certainly could be more, but it could be less. I don't really see Ireland troubling the scorers, especially without Evan Ferguson, who could potentially be making the switch to England, which I would very much like to see. While that game is going on, we will be seeing the Netherlands taking on Greece in what is going to be a much tighter game if you want to look at the group table as things stand, with the Greeks currently sat in second above their opponents this evening. But as well as Greece have played recently, I think they are a team very much on the up and up at the moment. I think they are a very talented side that will cause some upsets over the course of the coming days, but I don't quite think they're going to have enough to beat the Dutch side or get something off the Dutch side this evening, and I'm going to go for 2-1 to the Netherlands. But watch out for this game. The Greeks are more than capable of springing a surprise. Into Group E, and we start off with Czechia taking on Albania, the top two sides going head-to-head in this evening's games. In fact, in all of the remaining groups we have today, the top two sides will be playing against each other. As for this game, I've looked at the heads-to-heads, and it's not a lot to choose between these two teams at the moment, but I just think Czechia have a little bit more than Albania this evening, and I'm going to go for 3-1 to Czechia in that one. While that game's going on, we have got Poland taking on the Faroe Islands, and as we've said enough times about the Faroe Islands recently, they are a team that are a lot more improved than the usual sort of whipping boys we used to associate Faroe Islands and San Marino in the same breath. I don't think you can do that anymore. However, for this evening, I don't quite think the Faroes are going to have enough against the Poland side that, again, have a lot of talented players available to them, and I think Poland are going to take this one 2-0. I can't see the Faroes scoring, but I don't think Poland will run away with it too much. Down into Group G then, we start off with Lithuania taking on Montenegro. Two sides that really haven't scored a lot of goals so far in this tournament. Only one each in their respective 3 games so far. However, Lithuania have been very poor all round. Montenegro have at least got themselves a win, and I'm going to do them to get another win this evening, given the fact that they do have still some talented forward players available to them. I just don't think Lithuania have got an awful lot to offer in this group, so I'll be going for 2-0 to Montenegro in that one. Then we have the game between Serbia and Hungary, and like I said, this is another pair of teams that are battling it out for top spot in the group. Both sides currently sat on 7 points respectively at the top of the group, and of course we all know about Hungary, about how well they have played over the last few years, and of course their star man Szoboszlai, who got his opening goal for Liverpool last weekend. They of course are coming up against a Serbia side that have a lot of talented players, but a lot of players that have made moves in this transfer window. Their key players like Mitrovic has moved to Saudi Arabia, Dusan Tadic has moved to Turkey with Fenerbahce, Milinkovic-Savic has moved to Saudi Arabia, and Filip Kostic has fallen out of favour with Juventus at the start of the season. So a lot of their key players are a little bit out of sorts at the moment, but I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Serbia. I think it's going to be a very tight game. Both sides have defended very well in this tournament so far, and I just think Serbia as the home team will edge it. On to the final group, which is Group H for this evening, with all 6 sides in action. And yet again, we start off with the top 2 teams in this group, which are actually Kazakhstan and Finland. Not who you would expect with Denmark, but we will get to them shortly. Now, again, Kazakhstan have played fantastic football over the last few months, but Finland have pulled off some very good results as well. Both sides have been scoring goals for fun in this group so far. I think it's going to be another high-scoring affair this evening. But I'm going to go for the home side. I'm going to go for 3-1. Could see this being more something like maybe a 3-2 or a 4-2 or something like that. I do think all three results are possible here this evening as well. But I think Kazakhstan are just about going to edge this one out. As for Denmark, and of course another team we've mentioned already in San Marino, they really do still have the reputation that you would expect of a side that are a very, very small nation that don't tend to have any real sort of professional footballers in and around their team, up against a Denmark side where I'm hoping a returning Rasmus Højlund will be continuing his good run of form for the national side. I'm going to go 6-0 to Denmark. I don't really think anyone's going to be too surprised. It's just going to be a case of how many, and let's just hope San Marino can get themselves a goal, because it's always nice to see the little teams get their goal every once in a while. And then finally, it is Slovenia taking on Northern Ireland. And again, as we talk about sides that have not started well in this international qualification, Ireland and Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland as well as Republic of Ireland have not started very well. And Slovenia are a very good team, and they're a very good defensive team. I just don't think Northern Ireland have really got anything that is seriously going to trouble the Slovenian outfit. And of course, they do still have their star man up front, Benjamin Sesko, available for them. So I'm going to go for 2-0 to Slovenia to round off today's predictions. And that will be it. Let me know down in the comments all of your thoughts for the internationals. And again, your thoughts about whether or not you think it's a good time to play international fixtures, or we should just really scrap it until sort of Christmas time, where all the normal club teams have got themselves settled back into a rhythm. But that will be it for today. Like I said, thank you very much for watching. I will see you first thing tomorrow morning for tomorrow morning's games.